everyone receive is a reflection of
Welcome. I want to discuss something that I believe we all know already. But as I am rewriting chapters of my book, you see, things come into my psyche, my reality. This specific chapter I'm on is called The Questioning. And I was going through something about how our thoughts or our realities can be influenced by, religions or parents or teachers. It's all about questioning the reality of things. And one of the things that strongly come to mind that needed to be expressed today was the fact that when we make decisions or when we question things, one of the biggest things that the creators and the elites and those who tried to influence others did was they removed the decision making from feels, from the feeling, from the association of the soul to making decisions. And they moved it into the mind. The whole agenda was to have people think about what they should do rather than feel what they should do. So when you're thinking, you're easily manipulable. You can deceive people easier in the brain because the brain wasn't meant to be making these decisions. We are supposed to feel whether someone is good or not. We feel how the trust is in that person. And they removed this from society, from people, so that they could be controlled. It was caused by all the distractions, we know this. Many other things as well. But you see, it came through today because these distractions, these remove from feelings and placed into the mind realities, make sense. If you were to ask someone today, family member, a friend, a child, what are the reactions? What is their thought processes? It's even in the name. What is their thought process to understand that, to make their decision? They have added into terminology. They have added it into the thought process of how we decipher things. Sometimes it's less about the information that is causing the thought and more about the action itself. So, I ask again, if you were to say to someone, what is your opinion on this? How do you feel? Most people go, well, I think, or I believe, because they're conditioned to do so. Not a lot of people say, well, I feel like this. I feel like that. We teach it to our children. What do you think? What do you say? Because we have been conditioned to use the brain for not what it's meant for. I think logically we can use the brain to make calculations. We can't use the heart and soul to do it. So there are things that we have been misled to use. Logic and reasoning is what the brain is for. We know this. But decision making should be an equal balance. I don't believe we should all make our decision based on heart and soul alone, because there is always going to be evidence there that disproves that. I believe the ideas that we must entertain is balance. We must feel our association to something. How do we feel about it? That places us more in connection with the earth and the natural laws. And then what are the evidence? What are the things that we are associating towards? This whole idea that we've turned into a thinking society, a doing society, was all at their own making, to remove ourselves from that core belief of inner trust in our soul, in our understanding of how we feel about something. They do it in men specifically, to not talk about those feelings. Women are shunned and suppressed, and should only be left to therapists and all of these types. They've made it into a disease. You have to look a certain way, have the whitest teeth, smell the best. All these things are portraying our outward appearance. But how do you feel about it? It all comes back in circle works, back to the mind, in what we've been told and manipulated against. They know they cannot manipulate the field of fields and soul and trust within the core solar plexus. So they don't try to attack that. They just bombard you with an epiphany, if you will, of unwanted energy. So what is this epiphany of unwanted energy? Nonsense. Education, principles, logic, it's teaching, it's guidance. I don't think there's any class in schools that teach us all about how to feel. It's all in the brain. It's all learning and education and writing and reasoning. The only time you feel is potentially in recess or sport or lunch or any of these things that generate unity, which is why we enjoy them the most. But something I thought I would share, because it's so valid now, and I think people are forgetting about it, that so many of us are making decisions based on logic alone and not about feeling. We are forgetting that position that it is. We are leaning more to what's in front of us. Do you trust a doctor because you see he's in a suit and has a certificate? But how do you feel about this person? Nobody asks that, they just blindly trust. And this is what the society has made people to blindly have faith in things that can't question. And when you feel about it, they put shame upon you. So whenever you have something to feel about a specific subject, it's not warranted. You are overseen or overwritten by someone who has a powerful sense of security. But nobody puts Johnny in the corner. These feels and how we connect to others is slowly rising back up, if not already here. And these puppets, if you will, are unable to ascertain the strength to balance it. So I look forward to the coming days and coming months of reality. As the situations unfold and more people start going inward towards their hearts and souls, and love is ever guiding us to where we should go. Never forget, some things of equal balance. Never forget logic and reasoning. But if you're ever finding yourself making too many decisions with your brain, step back and ask yourself, how do I feel? So it is with that, I leave you with peace and love. Take care.